Man, what a game, what a game, what a game. Welcome back to the Raptors RapUp Podcast. I'm your host, Edwin Lingam. Let's get down to business. There's a lot of things on the list that we're going to talk about today. We have last week's, how they did, the performance of the Raptor team over last week. We also have what's going on around the league today. We're also going to talk about the injury report on DeLon Wright and OG Anunoby and what's going on around the league right now. And we'll also talk about the upcoming matches that we have in the next week or so. Well, beginning off, let's start with what happened last week. Last week we faced off against Charlotte on the road, Atlanta at our house, Detroit at their house, and then back home against tonight the Houston Rockets on Drake night. The Raptors won all 4 games, yet none of those games were easy. The Charlotte game went down to the wire. Even though the Raptors were leading by a lot, the Charlotte Hornets made their own run and managed to bring it close, but then the Raptors ended up closing that out thanks to CJ Miles' huge shots in that game. Actually, this is Serge Ibaka's huge shots. And then the Atlanta game, it came down to the wire as well. But the thing is, the Raptors were trailing all game long up until the third quarter. And then as soon as the fourth quarter started, the Raptors took over that game thanks to CJ Miles' 3-point shooting, and that was it. It was a wrap right there. The Raptors dominated that fourth quarter as well and pretty much won in a double-digit lead. Then we have Detroit. Detroit. That game was a thriller upon thrillers. An instant classic. The Raptors went into overtime. DeMar DeRozan had a whole highlight package of clutch plays. Even the dunk of the year candidate, I feel like, after he dunked on Anthony Tolliver and gave us the lead, plus the foul, hit the free throw, even though that didn't end the game due to Blake Griffin hitting a bank shot. It was still an amazing play. The reaction by Kyle Lowry says it all. He was pumped. DeMar DeRozan's smooth cold had no reaction, of course. And then we have Houston. We have a problem. The Rockets came into the Raptors' house with the 17-game winning streak. 17 games. They're trying to break some records. People thought if the Houston Rockets got through this week and past the Raptors, they'd probably go undefeated the rest of the season. But this ain't no easy team. This ain't no easy team to get by. Let me tell you this. The Raptors have the best home court in the NBA, and they're playing real good right now ever since they lost to the Milwaukee Bucks after the All-Star break. Before then, they had a 7-game winning streak. And then after losing to Milwaukee, they got back into their rhythm, and now they're on a 6-game winning streak. So if they beat the Rockets today, which they did, now they're on a 7-game winning streak. The Raptors set the tone early in this game. Kyle Lowry dropped in 13 points off the bat. He dropped in 30 in the rest of the game. He dropped 7 threes in this game. The Raptors limited the Houston Rockets to a season-low 9 threes in this game. Defending the 3-point shot is so important, especially against the Houston Rockets, who make the most amount of threes in the league and shoot the most amount of threes in the league. So stopping that part of the game really helped. The thing was, James Harden on the pick and roll was unstoppable. Him and Clint Capella ran the pick and roll to perfection. And at a point, it was just bucket, free throws, bucket, dunk. There was no stopping it. The thing is, he did get his 40 points, but the rest of the team, the Raptors pretty much shut down. Our bench mob came in and showed them what our real strength of our team is this year, the depth. And Norman Powell guarded James Harden 94 feet from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. Pure energy, pure hustle. Made a lot of hustle plays. Defensively, he was solid. 40 points to do it for James Harden. It's expected. He's a scorer, born scorer. But the effort and the energy was there all night. The Raptors managed to pull it off. Clutch defensive plays near the end of the game. Van Vliet had one of the biggest momentum plays of the game, forcing Chris Paul into a turnover, which led to Siakam finishing on the other end. Then we had JV blocking Clint Capella near the end of the game. Huge play that pretty much defined the Raptors right there, because that could have been the back-breaking basket Houston needed to win this game. And then JV comes out with the steal of DeMar DeRozan's pressure on James Harden. Great defense, but both considered to be the two defensive liabilities of this Raptors team. And then DeMar DeRozan hits a clutch shot, of course. JV hits clutch free throws, and Kyle Lowry hits clutch free throws as the Raptors hold on for the 108-105 win over the Houston Rockets. This game was far from easy, but most analysts and everybody out there thought, oh, so Raptors, they're not clutch. They can't hit threes. Bam. Proven wrong right then and there. Now, on to what's going on around the league. The Cavs, 6-4 ever since the trade. They're 2-4 at home. For some reason, they can't play well at home, but they are 4-0 on the road, which is surprising that they're better on the road than at home. They're still kind of learning their system, but right now they're playing in LA against the Clippers, and it doesn't look like they're going to win this one, giving up over 120 points to the LA Clippers. So knocks them down again, and so I guess they're not undefeated on the road anymore. As for the Celtics are 6-4 as well, 2-game winning streak. Jaylen Brown, if you guys saw the play, scary fall. Pretty much landed on his neck after he had to let go of the rim at a random. After dunking it, he just lost grip of the rim and fell awkwardly. It was tough to watch, to be honest, as he looked like he was concussed, and as everybody in the whole building grew quiet, he was able to walk out on his own 2 feet, but it doesn't look like he'll be coming back anytime soon. But they're still going strong ever since the All-Star break. So right now the Raptors have a slim 2.5 game lead on the Boston Celtics on the first seed, as the Raptors should maintain it over the next 4 games, as they're facing New York, Brooklyn, Indiana, and Dallas over the next 4 games. Only problem I see here is that the Raptors face Indiana at Indiana, then have to travel back to Toronto for a back-to-back against the Dallas Mavericks. Back-to-backs, you can maybe say they might have a slim chance of dominating that game, but the Dallas Mavericks aren't a great team this season, so I think the Raptors can take this one. So I would say a 4-0 week as well. Indiana is a good team, but I don't think they're on the Raptors level right now. The top tier. It's pretty much Houston, Golden State, Toronto. At the moment, those are the only 3 teams I believe are vying for the championship. The Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James always gives you a chance, but the thing is, they're not playing anywhere close to the defense that's expected of them to even make it far into the playoffs, let alone get to the finals. Other than that, everybody else is doing well on the Raptors. Best surprise of the week, I would have to say, is Norman Powell's resurgence. Much needed, great timing. His ability to defend is what most people don't really know about Norman Powell. His 3-point shooting may not be there right now, but his defensive ability is what made Norman Powell. We the norm, because of those defensive plays on Paul George and that one-handed slam dunk off his steal that he made, defined who Norman Powell was. A defensive stopper for us, athleticism and quickness. That's what we expected Norman Powell, and maybe to hit the open jumper whenever the ball gets swung to him. That's all you can expect and all you can want from Norman Powell. But he did have a great week. Other people to mention, Kyle Lowry's back. He bounced back after a rough 2 games. He bounced back against Detroit, where he had a 15 point, 15 assist, 7 rebound game. Dominated. Playmaking was off the chain. He found everybody, and he deferred to DeMar DeRozan late. DeMar DeRozan was bowling, had 42 on the night, clutch basket, made every single play right. Can't argue there. And of course, against Houston, 30 points, led the team in scoring, 7 threes, set the tone at the beginning of the game. So he's having a great week as well. And last but not least, VanVleet in JV. JV last year, he didn't play the fourth. He's earned the trust of Dwayne Casey, and Dwayne Casey played the JV in the fourth against the Houston Rockets, who spaced the floor. So that alone is huge. But then VanVleet was amazing, played great, hit the game winner against Detroit, played great defense on Chris Paul tonight. Guys like warrior, played amazing, earned the respect of his peers and his teammates as well. The Raps were loving it. Chris Paul was complimenting VanVleet's play at the end of the game. If you have one of the best players in the game complimenting your game, you must be doing something right. And that does it for today. To be honest, the Raptors, I'm on a high right now. The Raptors winning against the Houston Rockets right now, stopping the streak. This team is great. Honestly, if they can honestly get better. They're not at the top level yet. OG has to come back. DeLon has to come back. And after that, this team could be right there. They just got to get a little better on the defensive glass. They hit their threes tonight, but you got to maintain that 3-point shooting. And the defense was there, of course. Defense is always there. Defense has to be there. That's what we were relying on as our backbone. Top 5 offense, but most importantly, top 5 defense. That's what the Raptors are, and the Raptors have to have that reputation. That's it for the Raptors wrap up. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.